Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So this is another Ask Mr. Locario video. This is when you send me your questions, and I'm going to do a few questions in this video because I got a lot of emails, and I want to, try to get to everybody's, right? So guys, remember, if you want to guarantee that your question will be answered, make sure you click the link below and send a donation, all right? So this one says, hey, Mr. Locario, just out of curiosity, when getting into the game, I understand that you said you need to put in the work and go out and approach a lot of women, which I'm all for that. However, how much is too much? I know you say make it part of your lifestyle. For example, you stated if you're going to the laundry and you happen to see a hot chick, you can approach her, but I don't want to stress myself out to the extent of making it an everyday thing, like an addiction. I think what I'm pretty much asking is, how can I balance picking up with my normal life without having to stress myself out and make it rule over me internally as an addiction? All right, so this is the thing, when you're out here trying to get girls and talking to them and all the other stuff, right? You make it part of your life by including it in, your everyday thing. See, what it sounds like is that you're looking at it as something extra you have to do instead of looking at it as something that you just do. You understand? And so, also you're talking about it being stressful and it becoming an addiction or whatever. See, it's not going to be stressful unless you make it a big deal, unless you are the type of person who, puts picking up women on a pedestal, like this thing that, you have to do it a certain way. It has to come out right. She has to give me her number and all this other stuff. That's when it becomes stressful, when you have this outcome dependence on what you're doing. You understand? If you're just doing it, as something that you do every day within whatever you're doing, it's not going to seem like it stands out, out of everything else you're doing. The only reason it's going to be stressful for you is because you're making it a big deal. You're putting it on a pedestal. You're making that thing of picking up women something extra you're doing instead of something that you're just doing, on a regular thing. Now, as far as it being, you're talking about you don't want it to become an addiction. I don't think that it's going to be a situation where you're so addicted to picking up women that you forget to eat and sleep and go to work and all that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that's going to be that big of a deal. But the thing is that, to balance out your normal life with picking up women is that you just need to make picking up women your normal life. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you don't make it separate. You make it a thing that is, what you do. You understand? So the thing is that if you are at the laundromat or you're, waiting online somewhere, or, you're at the gas station or whatever, and you see a girl that you want to talk to, you go up and talk to her. You don't necessarily need to talk to every girl you pass by. You don't need to talk to every girl you see at this place or that place. But the thing is that you're going to see girls that you find attractive. You're going to see girls that you're going to want to talk to. And you should go and do that if it's in passing and you have the time to actually make it happen. You understand? And the thing is again, it's only going to be stressful if you make it stressful, if you make it a big deal. You understand? And the thing is, a lot of times, truthfully, let's keep it real here. A lot of guys don't like approaching women. You understand? Let's keep it 100. Like, a lot of y'all don't want to have to go out there and talk to girls and do all this other stuff, right? And so that stressful part about it, a lot of times comes from that. The fact that you don't really want to do it. You understand? You have guys out there who really like to go and approach girls in the street and run up on chicks and all that other stuff while they're hearing it, while they're there. You understand? And so, it's like, it's not really a stressful thing because they like to actually do it. You understand? So the thing is, what's going to help you out a lot of times is you have to really be honest with yourself and ask yourself, okay, how much do I like doing this? You understand? If you don't like it that much, you know what I mean? As far as going out and talking to these girls like that, then it could be a thing that could be stressful. You understand what I'm saying? As far as you trying to do it, because then it's like you're pushing yourself to do it, but you don't really want to do it. You understand? Versus someone who actually loves doing it, it's not going to feel like anything. It's going to feel like cool because it is what it is and it's whatever. It's just something I do and something that I like to do. It's like the difference between if you have two people and one of the persons, they don't like their job or they don't like working or something. they're going to be like, oh, I got to go to work. I got to do this. I got to do that. Versus somebody who likes their job. They'll say, you know, they love what they do for work. They just like being there. They like doing the work. It doesn't even feel like work because they love what they're doing. You understand? So you got to ask yourself, which guy are you? Are you the type of guy who likes to actually go and approach girls and talk to them? Or are you the type of guy who doesn't like it? You understand? And there's nothing wrong with you not liking it. But at the end of the day, even if you don't like it, you still got to do something. You understand? So, you know, if you don't like it and you sort of want to balance that out with your normal life or whatever, you might find times to designate, okay, I'm going to only approach girls from this time to this time or that time to that time. But you got to do something. You understand? Me personally, you know, I'm not a big fan of, you know, like hollering at chicks in the street because I'm always on the run. I'm always doing a whole bunch of shit. It's rare if I actually like stop a chick in the street and talk to her. I usually talk to chicks when I'm either, you know, at an event, I'm at a party or some type of situation like that where I'm just there and they're there and I'm making it happen. And once in a blue moon, in passing, if I see a chick that I really want to holler at, I'll say something. You understand? But that's me understanding myself personally. This is why you got to understand you and understand what your situation is and what your rhythm is as far as you wanting to do what you got to do. But at the end of the day, you got to say to yourself, hey, is what you're doing working for you? You understand? And then that's really, at the end of the day, the best thing you got to understand is what you're trying to do when it comes to interacting with women working for you. You feel me? So, you know, I just wanted to go a little bit more into that. All right, so let me see. Let's get another email. So this one says, my girlfriend doesn't show me affection anymore and it's affecting our relationship. She claims that it's just the way she was raised. I was wondering how I could help her be more affectionate to me. All right, so first of all, I don't know what exactly you're talking about when you say affectionate. What do you mean? Is she not having sex with you? Is she not, cuddling with you? I don't know. Like, what do you mean by affectionate? You understand? But at the end of the day, if the person you're with, your girlfriend or whatever, if any of you guys are in a long-term relationship, whatever, the chick that you're with has to be a chick who's doing things that you actually enjoy and like. You understand? She has to be coming at you in a way that is enjoyable to you in the situation. You understand? And, you know, the thing is that you were saying, how can I help her be more affectionate to me? You understand? You can't really help her to do it, any of that shit. You understand? She has to want to do it. Now, in this situation, you have to say to yourself, and this goes for any of these type of situations when you're dealing with these chicks, you have to say, you know, am I going to just accept what she's doing and deal with it? Or am I going to charge it to the game and get with somebody who's giving me what I want? You understand? And that goes for in any part of a relationship. This goes for if you're trying to just, deal with a chick on some fuck buddy shit, if you're trying to date, if you're trying to have a long-term relationship, is what she's doing. Am I okay with this? Do I want this? Is she, doing things that I want in this situation? Now, if she's not, it's best for you to charge it to the game and find somebody who is. Now, if you don't do that, all you can do is just accept that's how she is and then stick with it if that's what you want to do. You understand? Those are really your two options. You understand? So the thing is, you're not going to be able to help her to be more affectionate to you if whatever she's doing is just how she is. You understand? It's just how she, operates in the situation. And again, I don't know specifically what you mean by affectionate. You understand? Because you didn't provide any detail or whatever. You understand? Also, it's weird because it sounds, I don't know, it sounds very, I want to say it sounds very feminine. You understand? Like, like you're saying like, oh, you're not showing affection to me and everything like that. And the reason why I say it sounds feminine is because women generally are latching on to the man. You understand? The man is more so like out doing his thing. You understand? So it's sort of like, you should be out doing your thing in a sense, and she should be the one sending me this email saying you're not being affectionate to her. I don't know. It just seems weird hearing a guy say that his girl isn't, showing any affection, because even if that was the case, even if you felt like, you know, let's say, because when I think about affection, I'm thinking about fucking. You understand what I'm saying? So, and I'm thinking if my girl ain't fucking me, then she ain't my girl, and we ain't together. I'm done. You understand what I'm saying? So you need to handle that as far as, you know, I say charges to the game, because you ain't gonna be able to help her get, you know, be affectionate to you. And if she's saying, well, this is the way she was raised, or this is how she is, then that's just how she's gonna be. And it don't make no sense really for you to just stick with it. You understand? But again, your two options are to charge to the game or to accept it. So you got to figure out what you want to do. You feel me? All right. So let me get one more question up in this piece. All right. So this one says, I have a question for you. I've been going to this place where I saw a new girl who was invited by her friends. She's been coming for a few weeks now. Anyway, this new place, they have volleyball practice because of a tournament that's supposed to happen on Memorial Day. I haven't been participating in the game because I'm pretty much out of shape, but she has been in shape ever since she came. She's very attractive, and I would watch her in her little outfit she would wear while playing. I would be sitting by the sidelines. I remember one time in the middle of the game, she was near me, and I shouted her name out on doing a good job. Not to mention, we never fully introduced ourselves, so she didn't know me. But when I called her name, she looked at me with a look as if to say, I don't know you, which is totally understandable. I noticed anywhere I was sitting while she was playing, she would seem to make her presence known, like her back would be facing me and she would bend over as if to get my attention. This past week, there was practice and she was there. I was chilling in the cut watching the game. This time I tried not to pay attention to her, but I noticed her looking at me, and every time I would look back, she would look away. And she would stand there in almost like a sensual pose while she would look at me. I finally caught eyes and gave her a stare down for a good few seconds. She of course looked away. Now, after the game was done, everybody left and exited the other side of the gym. I was sitting by myself. She came and sat next to me, and I froze. We were there for a few minutes alone until two people came and started talking to her. I then left because I blew my chance of striking a conversation with her. My question is, was she giving me the green light? All right. Yes, she was giving you the goddamn green light, man. Like, okay, first of all, you guys got to stop with this lurking around chicks. You understand? Like this whole, oh, I'm at this place and I keep seeing her and I keep checking her out. I keep looking at her and she notices I'm looking at her and she's looking back and all this other stuff, right? You got to holler at these chicks fast, okay? And the reason why I say this is because, one, a woman, when she sees that, when she notices you noticing her, you understand, and you don't do anything, what it does is that it makes her see you differently. You understand? Meaning that, you know, in a lot of cases, she might have been attracted to you, but the longer you take to come and approach her, she's going to be less attracted to you, and also she's going to think that you aren't interested, or she also might take that as a rejection. She's going to think that, oh, I guess he's not interested, and then that's going to make her less attracted to you. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, she's going to be thinking, well, this guy keeps staring at me, but he's not saying anything. She's going to feel like she's being dissed, or she's going to look at it in a different way, meaning she's going to look at you like you're weak, like, oh, this guy's not confident, whatever, right? Two, if you take long to interact with these girls, what happens is that there's information that you need to know about this situation or this girl that you are not getting. So there's information like, for example, she might have a boyfriend, she might be a lesbian, she might have 8 kids, who the fuck knows? You understand what I'm saying? You don't know shit about this girl, so you're wasting a lot of time, and then, you know, so if you finally eventually try to talk to her, you know, it's you know, you wasted all that time only to find out that this chick got a boyfriend or she's a psycho or whatever. You understand? So you want to find all that shit out quickly. Also, you know, what's interesting about this situation is, you know, the fact that she actually came up to you and sat next to you, or, you know, was sitting there with you after all of that time, of you just checking her out and, you know, and the fact that you shouted her name out or some shit, which is kind of weird or whatever. The fact that she did that is showing that she actually is interested in you, but you didn't pull the trigger. You didn't go up. You didn't actually say anything. You didn't start the conversation, right? So, you know, at this point, I don't know what the fuck is going to go on with the situation. You understand? I would say if you see her again, I would just immediately go up and start talking, right? To see what's up, right? Stop wasting more time. Because at this point, you know, she could probably be done with it, because it's almost like all these different chances you could have had to holler at her. You understand? And you ain't do anything. You understand? So the thing is, you could still go up and see what's going on and try to, you know, make something happen. But don't be surprised if at this point, you know, it's a wrap, because you took so goddamn long. You understand? You guys watch these movies and shit where the guy, he's checking the girl out in high school and, you know, like she doesn't really know him, and then all of a sudden they run into each other in the hallway and then they drag the whole thing out and all this and all of that. It's like, no, this is not the movies. This is real life. If you see a chick and you want to make something happen, just go up and talk and see what can go down, see what's popping with her. You understand what I'm saying? Stop all this back and forth goofy shit, because again, women, you know, they're passive, so they're not going to be the ones that's going to go up and approach and talk to you. If you are taking all that time, you know, a lot of times it's going to make you look weak. It's going to make you look like you're insecure, like you're not confident enough to go up and approach her. Also, it could also be, like I was saying earlier, is that she could look at it as you rejecting her. You understand? Which, in a sense, makes her almost look at you like, oh, well, forget you then, because you're on some bullshit, you rejected me or whatever, right? And so you don't want any of these things to be an issue, and by approaching her and talking to her faster and just doing it like that, you eliminate that being an issue. You see what I'm saying? And you get to know some information about her, you get to know if she's feeling you, you get to know, you know, what can happen next. You understand? But all this lurking around and wondering and guessing and hesitating is not really doing anything for you, not only in this specific situation, but in a lot of other situations when you're dealing with women, because you are making it now a habit for you to become that type of guy who hesitates and who takes long and who does all that type of shit with women in general. You feel me? So that's pretty much it, guys. Listen, if you have any questions, make sure you click the link below and send me a question. All right, so that is it, guys. I'm out of here. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. Now, before you turn off this video, I want you to do 3 quick things. 1, I want you to click the link below to send me a question. If you have a question on dating and relationships, I'll make a video about it. 2, I want you to click the link under that to get my free audio program, Undeniable Game, which teaches you 7 easy-to-follow tips on how to really attract beautiful women. And 3, I want you to click the link under that one to go to Bad Boy Membership, where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy Membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy Membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.